World-renowned 5 types of junk food. Instant noodles are not on the list. It damages blood vessels 100 times more than smoking and drinking alcohol. The more you eat, the faster you die. No matter how much you like it, you should avoid mentioning junk food. Are those potato chips popping into your head? Coke burgers, these? Or the first thing that comes to your mind is instant noodles indeed. None of this stuff is very healthy. However, unexpectedly, they did not enter the list of the top 5 globally recognized junk foods. That's right. The instant noodles are not on the list. That sounds surprising. We all know that smoking and drinking are bad for your health. Damages blood vessels and organs, but you might not know this. The degree of damage to blood vessels caused by some commonly eaten foods, it has been described as 100 times more expensive than smoking and drinking alcohol. The more you eat, the faster you die. It's not a scare. So what are the 5 foods that are so dreadful? Here we go. We will uncover this health step by step. The true face of the killer list. Remember to see the end. Some of your favorite foods might be hiding on this blacklist. The first type of junk food to introduce, la tiao in many people's childhood memories. Spicy strips can be said to be a stimulus on the tip of the tongue. It's a health nightmare. Buy a pack of spicy strips on the way to school. It is the happiest memory of many people as a child. The spicy taste is numb and spicy. Make people drool. Can't stop. The unique smell of spicy strips seems to have some kind of magic power. Open the package. You can make a group of friends gather around greedily. However, behind the joy of this tongue, but it poses a huge health risk. Do you know what spicy strips are made of? He usually uses flour or soy products, made with thick seasonings, in order to keep the spicy strips fresh and delicious for a long time. During the production process, added a lot of food additives and seasonings. For example, for the bright and attractive colors, they add artificial colors. In order to make people bite down, it is numb and spicy. Still a little sweet, just add too much flavor and sweetener. In addition, in order to extend the shelf life, prevent food spoilage, lots of preservatives will also be added in a small spicy strip. Hidden a long list of chemical additives you don't understand. What happens if you eat spicy strips for a long time? First of all, a lot of artificial additives are ingested. To our nervous system, may have adverse effects. In severe cases, it can interfere with nerve conduction, causing dizziness, headaches, and other problems. Secondly, these spicy and stimulating ingredients, it's not good for your digestive tract. Many people experience stomach pain after eating too much spicy strips. Stomach pain can even lead to acute gastroenteritis. Makes you vomit and diarrhea, painful. And spicy strips are usually very high in salt. Oily and salty. If you eat too much, you will consume too much sodium. Trigger an increase in blood pressure. Damage vascular elasticity. No wonder some people say don't look at spicy strips. They are small. Get up a little bit, you're welcome. So don't be fooled by his alluring taste. Spicy strips are not your health friend. No matter how much you like it, keep your mouth shut. Think of all those horrible additives and high salt and high oil. No matter how greedy you are, you have to hold back. Don't eat spicy strips as a daily snack. Occasionally satisfy your cravings. But if you eat often and eat a lot, you're really kidding yourself with your life. The tip of the tongue is cool for a while. The body may suffer in the future. So here comes the second junk food. The same invisible killer lurking in our lives. He's canned food. Talk about canned food. Many people have beautiful childhood memories. When I was a child, the family conditions were good. Parents occasionally buy a jar or two of sweet candy, canned peaches and canned pineapples to satisfy our cravings. I felt at that time, canned fruit tastes better than fresh fruit. The sweet syrup is addictive. And canned lunch meat and canned fish. You can eat it when you open it. It's convenient and delicious. However, with the improvement of everyone's health concept, canned food that used to make people happy, now it's classified as junk food. It's very intimidating. So why is that? Original. The reason why canned food can be stored for a long time. The secret is that he is in the production process. Lots of added sugar and preservatives. Take canned fruit and sugar water as an example. In order to keep the fruit intact for a long time, it needs to be soaked in high concentration syrup. What does that mean? Means every time you eat a canned peach, eating a lot of sugar at the same time. This excess sugar enters the body, converts to fat accumulation, make people fat, and a high sugar diet increases the burden on the pancreas, and so on. Suffering from diabetes, even the risk of pancreatitis is greatly increased. Let's talk about canned meat and fish. In order to maintain the quality of the meat, manufacturers will add preservatives such as salt and nitrite. The high salt content makes canned meat salty and heavy. Eating too much is extremely bad for the cardiovascular system. Too much sodium can lead to high blood pressure, increased risk of heart disease and stroke. And not only that, Cans are sterilized at high temperature during processing. It will also destroy the original nutrition of the ingredients a lot. Vitamins are destroyed in large quantities. Dietary fiber is also reduced. Nutrition from canned food. Not nearly as good as fresh food. It's like the canned food we eat, except for excess sugar and salt. Really good for the body. There's not much left. Often eat canned food when replacing fruits and vegetables. Unconsciously obese. Hypertension sows the seeds of these diseases. Here. Do you also want your childhood favorite canned food? Say goodbye. Don't be sad. Occasionally nostalgic. It's not a big problem to eat it once. But never eat it too often. Make it part of your daily diet. Fresh fruits and vegetables is the body's best friend. Next time I want to eat sweet fruit, you might as well buy fresh peaches. Peel and cut into pieces yourself, although it is not as sweet and greasy as soaking in sugar water. But the natural taste is healthier. Want to eat lunch meat? Also, try to buy fresh meat and cook it yourself, safer than canned food. Anyway, the deliciousness of canned food. At the cost of nutrient loss, better to touch as few as possible. The third junk food on the list, many people may not think. It is the favorite of hot pot lovers. That's the hot pot balls. Cold winter. Sitting around with family and friends and eating hot pot. Don't mention how happy you are when making hot pot ball platter made of various fish. Almost a must. The round balls are cooked in the soup. Q-bomb and tasty. Loved by everyone. However, these delicious hot pot balls have hidden secrets. The main ingredient of many balls. It's not real fish or meat at all. It's starch mixed with minced meat and lots of additives. Fake meatballs made with flavor. Looks like meat. In fact, the meat content is pitiful. It's more of powdery starches and condiments. Why manufacturers likes to make balls with starch and additives? The reason is simple. The cost is low and the taste is not bad. Starch makes the balls feel full. The taste of the Q-bomb is also adjusted by additives. Add some flavor. It can simulate the taste of meat. Make people think, I ate real meatballs. But in fact, you're getting very little good protein. Eating a lot of carbs and salt. There are also various food additives, which are real, eating a lot of these balls for a long time. It's not good for the body. So let's start with this. The salt and fat content in the balls are often not low. Some balls are in the process of making. Fry it first, it has been set. It is not easy to spread when cooking hot pot like this, but in this way, the fat content went up. Eat a plate of balls. It is equivalent to eating high salt and high fat combination package, thermal burst meter. What can too much oil and salt cause? It'll make you fat, raises blood pressure, increases the burden on blood vessels. No wonder some people quipped that hot pot soup is the soup of death. A soup base filled with various balls and processed ingredients, very high in salt and fat. Drinking is equivalent to drinking high blood pressure soup again, although it's a joke. But it also reflects from the side. Hot pot. Health hazards of processed foods such as balls, not to be underestimated. Secondly, the additive burden of these fake meatballs can't be ignored. In order to make the taste more muscular, an improver may have been added to keep it fresh. Inseparable from preservatives, while eating heartily. Your liver and kidneys. But I'm trying my best to divide it for you. What about diffusing and removing these chemicals? Liver and kidney are the body's detoxification factory. If they are overworked for a long time, health status can be imagined. So that's it. Hot pot balls are fake meat and pose a real risk. It's not an exaggeration. Next time shabu hot pot, might as well have more vegetables. Mushrooms or freshly sliced fish and lean meats. These are the truly nutritious and healthy choices. Occasionally a few balls can satisfy your cravings, but don't put a pot of balls. Eat it like a real meat dish. Think of the weight gain hidden in those balls. High salt mines and additive bombs. Take it easy. For the sake of your blood vessels and internal organs, restrain your appetite. Don't let the hot pot balls become the invisible killer of your health. The fourth type of junk food to talk about next. I believe many young people have been recruited. He is the famous milk tea. Milk tea. This is an indispensable part of contemporary young people's lives. Or the lack of happy water? Tired from work? Treat yourself to a cup of milk tea. Shopping, dating. Sitting down with a cup of milk tea and chatting with friends. Also order a cup of milk tea for fun. Various internet celebrities' milk tea shop endless. New products have a variety of flavors. Milk tea has long been more than just a drink. It is a fashion symbol. But who would have thought? This cup of milk tea makes people feel happy. Could it be a natural enemy of health? Don't think that milk tea is just as simple as tea and milk. The vast majority are affected by the essence of milk tea. It's actually a high-sugar, high-calorie sweet drink. The sugar content of many milk teas is mouth-watering. A cup of 500 ml bubble tea. Sugar content can easily exceed 50 grams, equivalent to a dozen sugar cubes. So much sugar. Blood sugar spikes in a short period of time. Over time, the weight also increased. The direct risk of too much sugar is to increase the likelihood of diabetes. You know, type 2 diabetes is not for the elderly. Many young people in their 20s and 30s now, just because of the perennial addiction to sweet drinks, overweight, eventually diagnosed with diabetes. The sweet price is really scary. Except for sugar, there's also a hidden secret in the milk tea. It's creamer. Lots of milk tea, especially cheap chain milk tea. It's not really fresh milk. It's non-dairy powder. It is also known as creamer. Creamer actually has nothing to do with milk. Its main components. It is hydrogenated vegetable oil and various additives. Hydrogenated vegetable oils contain a lot of trans fats. This is a major killer of cardiovascular health. Long-term intake of trans fats increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. So in a nutshell, in the milk tea you drink, there are very few ingredients that are truly nutritious. There's a lot of bad stuff. Sugar can make you fat and sick. Trans fats in creamer is secretly hurting your blood vessels, not to mention a lot. Milk tea for taste. Flavors and pigments will be added. Make the taste more attractive. Drink too much of these chemical additives. It's not good for you either. It can be said that a cup of milk tea that looks fragrant and delicious, it's actually a chemical additive adding sugar. A feast of trans fats. No wonder someone joked, milk tea is a poison wrapped in milk. Sounds exaggerated, but drinking a lot of milk tea for a long time, it's really slowly eroding your health. Here. Maybe some friends are going to cover their faces. They may be thinking, God, is my happy milk tea really so terrible? Maybe you feel young. A cup of milk tea is no big deal. But know this, disease. Sometimes you come to the door unknowingly. When a physical examination reveals that the blood sugar exceeds the standard one day, when cholesterol is abnormal, it will be too late to regret the milk tea you usually drink. It doesn't mean that you can't touch a mouthful of milk tea from now on. It's about moderation. It's understandable to want to satisfy your cravings and have a drink occasionally. But don't drink 1 or more cups a day. Drink milk tea as water. A better option is to drink tea or freshly boiled milk. Both delicious and nutritious. Please remember, milk tea is good, but don't be greedy for cups. Now comes the last of the 5. It can say, it's a chronic poison hidden on the table every day. The lethality has even been compared to sending a poisonous kiss to blood vessels. This is our common sausage. Marinated meat products such as ham. I'm sure you've all eaten sausage and ham. A hot dog sausage for breakfast. Convenient and delicious. Add some diced bacon when cooking. Fragrant sausages made by relatives during the holidays. It's even more salivating. Marinated meats because of their unique flavor and texture. It was very popular. However, the crisis lurking behind these delicacies, you may not know, to make cured meat products bright red. It doesn't corrupt for a long time. The manufacturer is in the process of processing. Usually an important additive is added. Sodium nitrite. Sodium nitrite as a preservative and hair color agent can inhibit bacterial growth and keep the meat product's attractive ruddy color. Looks fresh and delicious. However, the negative effects of nitrite on human health, it's real. Small intake of nitrite. Within safe limits, generally not immediately harmful to health. But if you eat often and eat a lot, nitrite may accumulate in the body. And it works. The greatest danger of nitrite is that it may rotate in the human body into a strong carcinogen, nitrosamine. People who eat a lot of cured meat for a long time, risk of digestive tract cancers, such as stomach cancer and bowel cancer, taller than average. And this has been confirmed by the Institute of Medicine, the World Health Organization a few years ago. It's just processed meats like ham and bacon. Listed as a clear carcinogen category, it can be seen that its harm is no less than that of tobacco and alcohol. In other words, those who often have a sausage for breakfast. People who eat bacon burgers twice in 3 days. In fact, it is the same as people who smoke and drink, also bearing hidden dangers for its own body. In addition to the risk of cancer, cured meat products are often extremely salty. A tiny ham sausage. It's incredibly salty. Eating too much can lead to excessive sodium intake. Cause an increase in blood pressure, heart burden increases. Plus these sausages, ham is also often high in fat and cholesterol. Eating regularly can easily make blood lipids soar. Fat deposits form on the walls of blood vessels. Over time, atherosclerosis and coronary heart disease, etc. just come to the door. You eat a lot of sausage and ham, basically. It's hard for blood vessels to think of problems. And here's what's even scarier. Some poor quality cured meat products, to mask the stale meat taste, may add excess incense. Materials and additives, they abuse preservatives. It's like putting a chronic poison on your food. After eating it, it is good for the liver. The kidneys are a challenge. It was in the news. Some people eat a lot of bacon sausages for a long time. Excessive levels of heavy metals and harmful substances in the body cause serious health problems. These lessons are warning us. Delicious sausage. Is it true that the more you eat, the faster you die? So like it again. Also curb the desire for cured meat products. Occasionally satisfy cravings, but never eat it all. I can't eat it every day. After all, there is only one body. Can't stand such repeated tossing for the sake of your health. Eat as little as you can. So here are the top 5 junk foods. Are you a little scared too? Actually, why is this so-called junk food so terrible? It's scary that they tend to be common. And they're delicious. It's hard to guard against. I accidentally ate too much. It doesn't feel like much in the short term, but they accumulate over time. And then a few years later, various diseases would break out. No more regret, so don't take chances. Think I love pepperoni. Is there anything wrong with the milk tea body? Healthy behaviors when you're young. Sooner or later it will be recovered in some way. The long-term consequences of eating junk food. Not alarmist. Many modern diseases. It has to do with an unhealthy diet. Cardiovascular diseases like coronary heart disease and stroke. Chronic diseases such as hypertension and diabetes. A large proportion of the food is eaten. Even some cancers. Also has a long-term love of processed meat and fried meat. High-fat foods are related. Some young people, heart attack or diabetes in your 30s. Go back to the source, and his long-standing habit of eating junk food. Inseparable. Others are young. Pancreatitis attack. It's a pain that casts doubt on life. The doctor checked and found out it is perennial high-fat and high-sugar diet du Gui disease. You might ask this. Can I only eat vegetables and tofu in the future? Can't you touch anything delicious? Of course not. Life is alive. Eating is also a great pleasure after all. There's no need to turn yourself into an ascetic. Avoid everything. But at least, we need to be aware of this junk food. Eagerness and moderation. Protect health. Keep your mouth shut first. Eat as little salt as possible. Too sweet and oily foods. Avoid too much processed and fried food. Choose more fresh and natural ingredients. Balanced diet. For example, replacing some snacks with fruit. Replace sugary drinks with tea. Then use the cooking method instead of frying, etc. All good starts. The most important thing is to change your mindset. Stop putting spicy strips in milk tea as a normal snack drink that can be enjoyed every day. And don't live without sausage at every meal. Processed meats like ham. Occasionally it can satisfy the appetite. But if you are addicted to it, it's time to remind yourself, no matter how much you like it, you should avoid it. Keep a little sanity in each present moment. Think about your body. Ask if this mouth is good for your health. When you can make healthier choices every time. Over time, you save a huge health capital for the future. Okay, today, this list of 5 junk foods recognized by the world, it's revealed. In summary, the common feature of these 5 foods is that they are delicious, convenient but murderous. The more you eat, the greater the damage to your body, more dangerous in some ways than alcohol and tobacco. After listening to today's sharing, I hope you are attracted by these tongue-in-cheek temptations. Have a new understanding for the health of yourself and your family. Stay away from now on. This junk food. If you really want to eat, you have to stop there. A little origami. After all, there is only one body. Health cannot be restored. Keep your mouth shut and open your legs. Maintain good living habits. We can truly enjoy the benefits of delicious food. Be happy for a long time instead of paying for health later. Remember, no matter how much you like it, you have to avoid it. Never pay a heavy price for a moment of greed.